Hey guys, and welcome to Janet being Janet. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start this off just straight up, plain up. There's a lot of people that do not know about the RAPE, Random Pedals Eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. So I wanted to put it just all in one place for my new viewers out there, and you'll get it from start to finish. And the thing is this one is going to be trigger warning for everybody that doesn't like SA, doesn't like, I always say a boost, because that's the easiest way to do it. So if that triggers any of y'all, please do not continue to listen to this. Go ahead and click off now. I'm going to edit out the things that I can edit out, but that is what this video is about. And unfortunately, that's the only way we can present this from, like I said, beginning to end. So y'all buckle up, buttercups, because we going. Hit play.
Hey you guys, so I wanted to make a video about something that I haven't really talked about really. I'm sorry if this video is like all over the place. I'm not going to edit it or anything because I can't. My editing system is just not working.
And let's face the facts, even if she could edit this, she has no plan on it because Editing Lynn did not exist.
So I was recently talking to someone who had no idea that I was in a relationship before, and they told me how girls who stay in abusive relationships are just lazy and that they like to be
Amberlynn, who in the world would tell you something like that? You just spouting off at the mouth at this point.
Now, I from firsthand witnessed my dad abusing my mother my whole childhood. There were guys involved, hair pulling to the point of wads of hair would just come out in his hands. I witnessed my mom having a broken nose.
And just so you know, at this point, it was just Amberlynn trying to get more attention on herself because she was an attention
broken teeth, bruises upon bruises, and there has also been a few broken bones involved, and that was all coming from my father.
If you remember correctly, recently she said, you don't know nothing about my father, so don't try to compare anything or speak about my father. Remember that? Yeah, we know plenty about your father now, Amberlynn.
I knew it wasn't right as a little girl. I tried my hardest to defend my mother towards him. It was impossible. He's a big guy, really strong. He's like 6'7", and I'm just this little girl throwing fists at my father's back, trying to get him to stop, and I couldn't.
So now do we get the opportunity to judge your father? Is it now, or do we need to listen to more?
I told myself I will never be with someone who lays a hand on me. I always questioned why my mom stayed with him. Like, what was the point? And she'd always say, because I love him.
Amberlynn, that's almost what every single victim says. Probably point by point, word for word. You're not sharing anything special, Amberlynn. You're just copying anything anybody else says, because that's who you are.
And I would be like, why do you love someone that, abuses you? So, my first true committed relationship, I've had a lot of, random relationships, don't even consider them, though, but, my first, live-in relationship.
Now, y'all, just keep in mind, did you get the whole, did you get that? Now, remember, if you're traumatized by something, you gotta kick them horses up.
Was with a girl named Cassidy. I feel very, strongly about this, and I feel like it's okay for me to say her name because she's transgender now, so she's not Cassidy no longer.
And just so you know, most people, whenever they transition from female to male or male to female, they call their old name their DEAD name. So you do not use that name. So it doesn't matter what Casey's name is now, or it matters what Casey's name is now and not what Casey's name was back then. You just keep your mouth shut.
So I'm able to say her name because she's a once was person. Cassidy is no longer here anymore, obviously.
Oh no, Miss Amberlynn, you got that completely wrong. Casey is here and Casey will make an appearance.
I'm not going to say his new name because we're talking about her. Transgender talk is too confusing, so we're just gonna leave it as that.
You should have kept your mouth shut, but you didn't. Yeah, y'all like this version of Janet? Y'all just gonna get all the tea that you came for, huh?
So, her name was Cassidy, and it was first long distance, and I was living in Oklahoma for a bit of that time when it was long distance. By the way, she lived in Arizona, but when I first started talking to her, I was in California, but then I moved to Oklahoma, and I was going to Arizona for just a month to visit her. Like, we were in love, thoroughly in love.
I don't think there's anybody that Amberlynn really talks to for an extended period of time. Now, extended to her is a month to 2 months that she doesn't fall in love with. A repeated pattern.
We were together for, I want to say, about a year and a half before I went there and like stayed with her for a month. So
Yeah, but the question is, how long did it take you to fall in love? That's the question.
I was there for like 2 weeks, and I called my mom and I was like, oh my god, I miss you so much, because I was living with her and my grandma at the time. And on the phone she told me, your grandma said you can't come back to Oklahoma, you can't come live with us. And I was like, what? Like, where do I go?
And now then, y'all remember back, I'm going to do this to y'all a lot, but you got to know that this was a big time in Girl World, Amberverse, all the history. This was a big, huge hit to a lot of people because she pulled this stunt. And you're going to understand by the end of this video what I mean by raining petals. You're going to understand, hopefully, where we all come from.
I was really scared. I had literally nowhere to live. And Cassidy's mom was pissed because I think she knew right then and there she's going to have to take on, like, me. Because I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a job because I was in Arizona just for a month. So,
you know what? She didn't have to take you on. She chose to, so you should have been grateful from day one.
I didn't have a job. I didn't have anywhere to go. I had no car. I had nothing. And I just got done being in a foster care. So I was like...
Wasn't that nice? She even said foster care back then. Yep. She always got to bring that subject up.
Oh my gosh, like, because being in foster care, like, you're very, like, taken care of in a sense, like, they always make sure you have a roof over your head and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my god, I'm 18, I don't know what I'm gonna do, and this whole thing.
So now you get the truth, guys. She's 18. Oh no, adulthood hit. She panicked.
But Cassie's mom let me live there, and it was a very small apartment. I'm talking, like, I think it was like 450 square feet. There were, like, no doors. Cassidy and I ended up having to use the living room as our bedroom. It wasn't good, but I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna live with my girlfriend. Like, we're so in love. It's like so amazing. And
you little condescending little heifer. Yeah, I call myself a heifer, so it's just fine to say that. Why in the world do you even need to say anything like that? It doesn't matter how big of a property it was or a house it was. It's still something being nice to you. You had something to cover your head. Be thankful.
I felt blissful in a way, if that's the right word to use. Like, it just felt really good. We got along really well. And then after about, I want to say 6 months or so, things started, kind of changing and shifting.
They realized what kind of person you actually are, and they said, uh-oh, what'd we do?
I don't really know if I want to, like, go into, like, grave detail. We still loved each other a lot. After 6 months, we'd been together for over 2 years, and...
She can't go into grave detail because she can't think of the lies fast enough.
We were living together, and this and that, and I noticed we started arguing a little bit more. Just over stupid stuff. Like, I could tell you that right now. And I still remember the first time she ever got physical.
Now, let me remind you, Miss Amberlynn likes to say she because Amberlynn did not like being with Casey when Casey taped everything down. That's not what Amberlynn liked.
We had a laundry room in the apartment complex we were living in, and we were walking to the laundry room, and I remember back then I would do our laundry for us. I didn't really like people touching my laundry. I still really don't, but...
What the hey now, Amberlynn? We all know the truth of that. You still don't like doing your own daggum laundry. You make pals everywhere, and you're like, I'll get to that later, especially torrid halls.
I let Destiny do it because I trust her, but...
You lazy. You lazy. That's the truth of it.
I had this weird thing with like people touching my laundry. Whatever. So
Did y'all catch that whatever? She said that 'cause she can't think of nothing else. She brilliant.
she was helping me carry, I guess, laundry to the laundry room. I don't remember really what we were arguing about, but I know it must have been something really stupid, probably about the laundry, blah, blah, blah. And she was carrying her clothes. I'm pretty sure I remember, and I was like carrying mine. And then I want to say this happened, it's been like 6-7 years, so memories are kind of like fading here and there. But I do remember us being on the sidewalk.
If something traumatic or dramatic happens to you, you don't forget, and it's never a blah, blah, blah moment.
And I remember her dropping what was in her hands, and she took me by the throat, and she started yelling at me. I was like, what? And I think at the time, what shocked me the most was the fact that she was doing it in such a public place. Like, there was nobody around that I remember. And, like, I was, like, crying. Like, she literally was having me by the throat, just, like, screaming at me. And then, you know, she let go, obviously. And I think I was so shocked and so numb to the situation that I kind of just let it be.
We were all shocked and so numb to even be hearing this conversation coming from you. Because we knew the truth by now.
Honestly, that is the truth. I didn't ever...
If she says honesty, y'all get down there in that comment section and gripe at me. I get it. I know how this works. But if she says honesty, honestly, I'm honest, it's a lie.
Think twice about it. Like, oh my God, is she going to start like me? Nothing like that. Which is weird because of the childhood that I came from, right? But
if you don't quit whining about your daggum childhood, I'm going to start bleeping out that word every single time you say foster care. But then again, all my videos will go beep.
We just went on. And she never really did that again. She would randomly like pinch me if I made her really mad. And I didn't even think anything of that then either. Honestly, I didn't at all. And I want to say, we've been together for about 3 years now at this point. And I feel myself slowly, I stopped being like attracted to her.
And Boleyn, if you were so traumatized growing up in a house like that, after it happened the first time, wouldn't you run? Okay, wait, what? Walk, wait, crawl? Wouldn't you get away?
I loved her though. I know that. I don't know if it was like a best friend thing, but I stopped just feeling that like connection, I guess. So when it came to, I want to say about a little bit after like 2 years of being together, it started to dwindle. It was definitely my fault.
But you are also the one that has said that you are a very sexual person. Now, aren't you, Amberlynn?
This is when things got really bad. I don't even know how to share this, but I'm gonna have to. Destiny knows all about this, by the way. Like, it's something like I really needed to let her know about me. Okay, so Cassidy was very strived. Like, is that even a thing?
Now, Amberlynn, no matter what age she was, no matter what age she is, she's the most attractive person in this world.
I don't know. She really thought I was attractive. She really was attracted to me, and she always wanted to like have. And I stopped feeling that for her. Like, I didn't tell her that. I would just like make up things like, oh, I don't feel good, or oh, I'm on my period, like, even though I wasn't.
Being a typical woman. Oh crap, did I just say that? Oops.
And just little things like that. And it made her f***ing pissed. When you say no to someone, whether you've been with them for like a month or whether you've been with them for like 6 years, if you say no, act, your partner should accept that. That is where I firmly stand. But she didn't.
Are y'all paying attention now? She's getting into story time. We all enjoy Amberlynn's story time, but remember, her brain can't keep up with her mouth.
And she would literally sit there and beg me. At first it was like cute little begs, like, oh, come on, baby, whatever. But then as time gradually went on, it became, you're gonna fucking touch me whether you like it or not. And I was like, you can't force me. And little did I know she can. That's when she started punching me a lot. She would aim for my belly.
Now, if you grew up in a household like this, Anne Boleyn, you grew up in a household and you questioned your mama all the time, why didn't you go look in a mirror and question yourself? Question.
I don't think she ever actually hit me in the face.
You don't think? You don't think she ever hit you in the face? I don't think you're thinking.
Her favorite spot was my stomach. She would punch me really hard in my stomach. She'd punch me like around right here a lot. She would punch me on my arms. And she would continuously do it until I agreed to make love to her or have sex, whatever you want to consider it.
No, ma'am, not whatever you want to consider it, because you yourself says, I don't say it's having sex, I say it's making love. That's what you say.
So not only was I being physically abused, but I was pretty much being like raped. That is what I consider it, because
not pretty much, Amberlynn. You are saying that that's what was happening to you. That's what happened to you. And that's who Casey, because Casey is still a person, Casey did to you.
I continuously would say no to her. It was such like a bad mixture of everything. And this would go on. This would happen probably weekly. Here are the tears. I was trying to be strong for this video.
Hold a second. Glasses got to come off for this. Where are them tears? Y'all, let me know where you see tears, because I can't find them.
A lot of people would ask, why didn't I hit her back? Why didn't I leave her in that, in that stance? I loved her. At the time, I was confused. I didn't love her, like, as a girlfriend. I just loved her as a person. She was that first true relationship I was in, and we had such amazing times that...
I get more tears when my allergies come in.
I just felt like maybe one day she'll stop being like this. Maybe one day she'll stop forcing me to have sex with her. One day she'll stop hitting me. And as many times as I felt like, okay, maybe things will change, it just kept getting worse and worse after that moment. Like, not only was she hitting me because I wouldn't have sex with her, she was hitting me if I wouldn't do the dishes on time. She would push me up against counters. And one thing she never did was she never, called me names.
Oh, so how convenient is this story getting, huh? The hands were okay. Everything with the hands were okay. It's just the words out of the mouth didn't happen. So believable.
Never. And I was living in that moment of sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me type of thing.
Didn't have to worry about that because she never called you any nasty words, Amberlynn.
Where it's okay, hitting people, blah, 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 but if, she started emotionally hurting me, then I should leave.
Seriously?
I was just in a very unhealthy situation. And as time went on, I really wanted to leave. That was when I met Crystal online. It just kind of fatefully happened. I was not looking for a relationship. I was in a relationship.
How unlucky for Crystal. Man, fate wasn't on her side, was it?
Me and Crystal became really good friends, and then I started realizing, Crystal is what I need in my life, not Cassidy. Cassidy is abusive, and not only is she abusive physically, but she's abusive, sexually, and that is not okay,
But not verbally, guys. There's a big check mark in the plus.
I remember one time particular when we weren't arguing about anything or whatever. I don't remember what the argument was. I know her mom was home. Her mom was in her room, a very small apartment, so we were arguing in whispers, so she couldn't hear. But I'm pretty sure she got the gist of it because Cassidy started hitting me really hard. It was probably one of the worst ever. And I was kind of just like, blocking myself, or at least trying to. And Cassidy's mom came in, and all she said is, "Cassidy, what are you doing?" And then walked away.
Who has blinders on? Y'all have blinders on yet? That's why I still tell you, ever since Raining Petals eavesdropped, you can't say the same thing about Anne Boleyn. You're hearing it for yourself.
The whole time I lived there, I really hoped there was a moment where Cassidy's mom would see. I thought maybe she'd be my hero and like somehow change the way Cassidy treated me. I thought maybe, her and I would become closer because she saw I was in a relationship, because me and Cassidy's mom were never close.
Would you want to be as close to somebody like you? Look at what you're doing to Casey now.
And she didn't do anything about it. And oh yeah, to answer the question of like, why didn't I ever hit her back? Because my brother used to hit me a lot when I was a teenager, when I was like 16.
How convenient. It's your mama. It's your brother. It's you. It's your daddy. It's all around you, Anne Boleyn. You just can't escape it, now can you?
My brother is a year younger than me, but he's strong. Like, he might be my little brother, but he's my big brother, And he would hit me a lot. And I know it's because he has anger issues. He saw how my dad was with my mom and this and that. And that's just what he did. And
there ain't no way on tarnations that my brother would let me live something like this down. No. My brother'd be like, chick, gone.
What emotionally fucked me up in the head, and he did a lot. Like, I felt like my own brother hated me for a while there, but that's a whole other subject. But when he first started hitting me, I would hit him back for like self-defense. And it just made him more angry and more mad. And the punches got worse, the bruises got darker.
We had already started seeing exactly how she treated Destiny, so we knew who the aggressor was.
And I didn't want that with Cassidy. I was scared. I was way too scared to hit back, so I never did. I think what drew the line with me and Cassidy was her and her mom. This was like one of the worst nights in the world. Like, I can't even. Okay, Cassidy.
I think she's starting to try to cry because she's lying and she knows she's lying. That's why this video ain't there no more.
Was mad about something. She pushed me up against the counter. She got a knife and was throwing it in my face and saying she was gonna stab me. I was like, yeah, right. Like,
sure, that's no big deal. No, that ain't no big deal.
And then she started really hitting me like in my chest and kind of like in my boobs. And
woman, those are tender. It ain't no big deal when you get hit there. You scream.
Cassidy's mom came out and blamed it all on me. And then Cassidy's mom threw this like big clear ashtray right to my head.
Destiny's mom hit you upside the head with a K-cup holder. What is it with mamas hitting you upside the head? Still ain't got no sense knocked into you.
It hurt so bad. And in that moment, I was like, why am I here? What am I doing? For a little bit there, I kind of felt like I was trapped in a cage. I loved this girl, but I didn't love her right. Everything about it was unhealthy. It is so hard to describe. The only people who can feel this way and understand what I'm saying is people who have been in a relationship.
What is bad is she had people believing her. People were on her side. People trusted her. Looking back on this video, it's easy as ever to call her out on it because that's something nobody wants to think you lie about. This is something you don't lie about. This is something you don't just put out there in the universe. This is something that you actually stay true to when you tell a story like this. Or you're Amber Lynn Reed.
as much as like your boyfriend or your girlfriend will hit you, you still love them, and it's so unhealthy. And I just want to tell you guys from firsthand that if anyone emotionally hurts you, or physically hurts you, don't stand for it. Don't, because it ruins you. And
so does not taking her out to eat a king buffet.
Through everything, like, you find it so hard to trust people, and it's so hard to open up, and you have this like guard up that could really just mess up your world. And it's not good. It's not. And I know how hard it is. Like,
this video did not age good whatsoever at all. Not good for your reputation either.
If you're in an abusive relationship, I know how hard it is, because you trust in your heart and in your soul that they'll change, and you start to kind of accept the love you think you deserve. And I promise you so much that you deserve so much more than what you're getting.
Do you see why her word means absolutely jack diddly squat?
Nobody, and I mean nobody, deserves to be hit by their boyfriend or girlfriend or their wife or husband. Nobody. And I feel like a lot of the time, since I am a lesbian, like, abusive relationships in like the lesbian community aren't as like, what's the word for it? Aren't as like, oh no, compared to like if you're in a heterosexual relationship, but it's just the same. Like, or if it's two guys, like,
you getting the manipulation yet? You feeling it? She getting it into you yet? She's always been manipulation Lynn.
You should not be hurt. Like, God, I'm just so grateful that I left that unhealthy environment. And
you're so grateful you found Crystal, who you moved in with. Her parents started supporting you. You didn't have to work. You didn't have to drive. You didn't have to do nothing. That's what you're grateful for.
I just want to say Crystal never physically hurt me. Destiny never physically hurts me. And I feel like that is the most precious gift. That's sad to say, but I've been through such freaking hell, you know, in my whole life, that, you know, being with someone who actually doesn't want to hurt me, that feels fucking awesome. Because I feel like every kind of relationship I've been in my life, whether it be like with my brother or like a friend, I feel like whatever it may be, they've hurt me in some type of way, and it's almost like they got off on it and enjoyed it. But
can we say and scene? Just asking.
I'm stronger than that, and I know what is right and what is wrong, and I will learn a lot. I have learned a lot being with Cassidy. And if you guys are wondering, yes, she is now a he, and it's been...
You done said that Casey is no longer there.
A long time. 6 years since I was with her, and we talk on Facebook here and there, and things are very different, and she regrets everything she did. But I'm kind of at that point where...
Oh, we gonna get into that one, guys. Y'all just hold on. We gonna get all into that.
I might cry about it now, but I've healed. I have. But it's definitely like memories that make me sad, but I've healed from it, and I'm stronger because of it, and I've learned because of it, and I know that the bad in my life made me wiser, and I'm able to key into people more.
And now she calls herself Empath Lynn.
I'm rambling, but just know that if you're in an abusive relationship, you're not alone. I've been there, and you deserve so much more for yourself. And I just figured I'd share this story with you guys because that is a big part of my life that I went through.
And this was a big, big, huge mistake on your part, Amberlynn. You just didn't know how bad you were making it for yourself.
Me and Cassidy were together for 4 years before I was like, closing the door, I'm done. So, and that also goes for like if you are forced in a relationship to have sex, that is not okay. Not okay, and I will consider it rape because it does not matter at all that if we were in a relationship or that we're lesbian, she forced me. And a lot of people can question, how is that possible? It's very possible.
Did you understand that word she just said? Did you get it? Did your ears catch it? She used the full word, the actual word. She said she considers it that. So she said Casey did that to her.
And it made me feel so like degrading and gross and grummy, and I'm done. But
Yeah, fuck her up, Buttercup. This is gonna come around to bite you in your own ASS.
I just figured I'd share this with you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was like very crazy, and it's not normally something I upload onto YouTube, but I want to try, sharing more about my past with you guys to make you understand a little bit more of why I am who I am today. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.
All right, guys, we got Amberlynn's side. Time to get Casey's side. You know, the one that don't exist. Yeah, that one. Time to get his side.
Okay. No intro, no nothing like that. No funny business. Today, I was told by my fiance while she was at lunch for work that someone messaged her on Facebook, and it was a link to a video.
Now imagine, guys, imagine that you were getting this news the same way Casey got his news.
Well, of course, she had me call her because it was a very private matter. And it was a video of my ex Amber. And I asked her, what about it?
And also imagine that you got to call Amberlynn Reed your ex.
I mean, me and Amber broke up 6 years ago, and I don't care to have contact with her. Yes, she's messaged me and tried to add me on Facebook. I won't add her. I've added her once before. We tried to be friends, but it didn't work out when she started trying to add my mom and my best friend, and I asked her why, and we got an argument. I'm just like, you know what?
She does say she's OCD, right? Crystal's OCD. Amberlynn does claim to be OCD. I say it's more obsessive.
I can't do this. This is, I can't even be your friend at all. I can't, you're trying to add all these people on my Facebook that you argued with and try to keep me away from when we were together. So, but she's tried to add me. I won't add her. She's messaged me. I won't really respond. It's very short.
Look at you can see the pain on Casey's face. You can see the frustration on Casey's face. You can see it all on Casey's face. Not like you could with Amber. Amber was more like a la-dee-dee-dee-da-da-da-da-da.
So I was curious why, about this video. And I was like, what is it? Because I don't really care what she does in her life. Her life is hers. My life is mine. We've moved on. It's been 6 years. But...
oh, sweetheart, you care now, don't you? Whew, do you ever care now?
My fiance told me that she's calling me an abuser and a rapist.
Yeah, that would be the gist of it. You got it straight.
That got my blood boiling. Because that's not true. 100% not true. It hurt a lot. And I asked her, when did she post this video? It was back in May. Well, I didn't know. See, she told me she had a YouTube video. I didn't care to know. Whatever, it was her life. I didn't want to get involved in her life.
If Amberlynn is posting a video about you, you better watch it right then, and then you better address it right then too, because you're probably gonna get lied on.
Our life is not on the same track anymore. But for this video to be posted, it pissed me off to no end. So when my fiance got home, We watched it. I had to pause a few times to calm down.
A few times there would be fire coming out of my ears.
Everything in that video was such bull that I can't even describe the bullshit that was in that video. Can't even.
You should have seen the panic Amberlynn had when she found out about this video.
Now, the time we were dating, when we started dating, I should say, I was 15 years old. 15 when we met. She's 2 years older than me. We were together from the time I was 15 to the time I was 18 years old.
You doing that math? You doing that math? 2 years older than Casey. They stopped dating when Casey was 18. You doing the math?
That is a pretty long time for a teenager. I mean, yeah, there's high school sweethearts, but that's a pretty long time. Now, when I first met her in person, it was in California. Because me and my mom went to California to visit my nana, and she lived in California, so she came and visited for a little bit. Which was cool. We had a good time, it was a good time. I was 15. I was 15.
We're going to sit there and we're going to point out this age again, y'all. Keep up. Keep up. Amberlynn couldn't, but y'all can.
So, we had a good time. Oh, no, I was 16, sorry, because my birthday passed. Sorry. But I met her online at 15. I met her in person at 16. There you go. Well, we only stayed a week in California. We had to go back. And, well, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, our relationship wasn't bad. We talked a little bit. It was pretty good. It was fine in the beginning. After meeting her, it was in July. After meeting her for the first time in July in California.
Can you see the difference in this automatically? Casey has so many more details. Not saying, I think, I can't remember, about. Casey's like, bam, bam, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Casey's got it.
She was going to come down for a month because I was going to take her to an anime convention. Stay a month, whatever. She was supposed to go back. Now, I never heard the conversation on the phone. But but this is one of the truths. One, her grandmother said she couldn't come back. I was 16 at the time. My mom was mad. We didn't have a lot of money. When she's talking about her small apartment, we didn't have a lot of money. We were poor. It didn't have a bedroom door. It was like a studio with like a wall, like breaking off the living room and bedroom.
Casey, that's not something you ever have to say to anybody. It's not a point of reference to anybody. Does not matter. Amberlynn could have left all that out, and so could you. Doesn't matter. Like I said, Amberlynn was just trying to drag you.
But we didn't have money. I didn't grow up with money. So that's all we could afford. So she had a 16-year-old to raise. Plus, she was just getting into my mom was just getting into a new relationship. And then all of a sudden, there's someone else that's there that she needs to make sure to feed. Yeah, it made her mad.
You gotta remember, Amberlynn doesn't sound like she got raised with any money either. Foster care and all. Because Amberlynn likes to point out that she was in foster care.
But I fought for Amber to be there because she didn't have nowhere to go. Now, it was because of me that she stayed. My mom didn't want to. But what was wrong is her mom didn't really stand up to her own mother. But, it was whatever. I fought for her to stay. I didn't want her to be homeless. It was, I felt that was the right thing to do.
You got regrets now, don't you, Casey? Big uns.
I don't want to say I regretted it, but the things that happened afterwards, I kind of regretted.
You regret it. Don't be afraid to say, I regret.
Our whole entire relationship. And I hate to say it, but I do regret our whole entire relationship. I do.
Feel better now? I think so.
So, it was probably 3 months. 3-4 months after we started living together. We were up one night. I was watching something. on TV, a music video, I believe. And I don't remember why we argued. I don't remember the argument. But she grabbed my arm with her nails. First time. Any physical that was negative.
Oh, so it wasn't the laundry basket outside in public where everybody could see? Okay.
And I remember that clearly. It shocked me. It shocked me really, really bad. And it was just, I didn't know what to make of it, really. I'm 16 years old. I didn't know I knew what physical abuse was, but not really.
Amber Lynn was raised around it. Casey wasn't. So who would be the pro?
So, I was a kid. I was a child. So I just assumed, okay, I made her mad. When I would get my mom mad, she'd spank me, or she'd get my ear, or the things a mom would do, a dad would do, behave, But so that shocked me. But nothing really happened a little while after that. So I was just whatever.
One-time thing. It's safe to say, it's just a one-time thing, right?
Now, the thing what she said with the laundry, that's a big false. Big false.
Told you she couldn't think fast enough on her dag-blame feet. She never can.
Want to know how I know that? Because me and my mom would do her laundry. Me and my mom would go do laundry. She wasn't getting up to do laundry. She maybe did it a couple of times, a handful of times, probably counting on my one hand. She didn't do it all the time. At all.
She still complains about having to do her laundry. She's like, see that toilet hole? It's still there.
And me dropping the bag and choking her, I never, ever did that. Ever. What's the reason for me to do that? I didn't do it. And I don't know where this story came from. I didn't do it at all.
Her imagination. Because she ain't got a thought process.
Now, the places she said about being hit, those were on me. Those were the exact places she hit me. I was the one being abused. And I will say this, I may have laid a hand on her a few times. That was in self-defense. I didn't do it, and I damn well did not rape her.
Amber Lynn is used to taking other people's stories and making it her own story. Amber Lynn is very well known for that, because she's not original.
I did not rape her. Period.
So who do you believe at this point? Amber Lynn or Casey? Which one? Who is more convincing? Who has more heart? Who has more drive? Who's not having to think on their toes?
One time, when my mom and Dave were out, I don't know why we argued, but I was put on the bed. She wailed on me. Beat me real bad. I remember this clear as day. Our bed was in the living room. Next to the bed was a dresser. In front of the dresser was a table. Between the table and the bed was her, over me, wailing on me.
You know what? After all these years, I feel bad for Casey. Just listening to this story, it's just making me feel bad. Because Casey is saying this line by line what happened and what he remembers. Sorry. Continue.
Did I fight back? Nope, not that time. Why? Because she kept calling me. So I just took it. I took it.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, the bells ting, ting, ting. And remember, Amber Lynn said that Casey never said any bad words to her, right? That's because it wasn't Casey the one saying the bad words. It was Amber Lynn. Oh, how the tides change.
Then she took off outside to the bus stop. And I just laid there. Like, what just freaking happened? What just happened? I didn't even know. At that point, I was 17 years old. I didn't know what happened. I don't know what the argument was. I just know I got beat.
Listen to the words that Casey is using. There's no beating around the bush.
I've gotten hit before. I went to school with bruises up and down my arms. Bruises. My friends asked me, what's wrong? What happened to you? Eventually, they figured it out. So every time I would come to school, upset, in tears, bruised on my arms, hands, cuts, scars. Amber again? Shrug. Didn't say anything. They figured it out.
That is sad, but you know Casey had some really good friends at that point. Not even having to ask questions. It's like, yep, Amber's fault.
My mom figured it out later on, but I'd have to hide it from her. Why? Because I didn't want her mad. I didn't want her upset. I didn't want her to worry about me. She had so much other things to worry about. So I didn't say anything. Maybe I should have. One time, when I was getting ready for school, Amber went through my phone. Want to know how I know that? Went to school. My friend CJ sees me, punches me in the arm. What the fuck did you give Amber my number for? What? I didn't give Amber your number. You don't like her. She don't like you. Why should she have your number? Shows me.
Now, does that sound like our girl Amber Lynn? Now, would she do something like that?
Bitched my friend out. And I texted Amber, the fuck is wrong with you? What the hell? Why are you messaging CJ? How'd you get her number? I went through your phone while you're getting ready for school.
She's entitled. She's always been entitled and she always will be entitled.
Okay, that's messed up. That's low. I'd never do that to you. Yeah, that happened. Oh, another thing, she says that she tries to make herself look good. Honestly, when we were first dating, I got a message from her, upset. She made out with a girl while we were dating, while she was still in California. 3 times.
Not only does she have people waiting in the DM, she had girls waiting right in front of her.
Did I get mad? I got upset, but I was 15. So what am I going to do? Forgive, forget, you're my girlfriend. I was a child. Yeah, I was dumb. I admit that fully. Being with her as long as I was so dumb. So dumb.
You were a child in, quote unquote, love.
Another thing, she says that she made friends with Crystal. She wasn't looking for anything. Let me clear up some things for you between that time frame.
Oh crap, it's all gonna be laid on the line now. You ready, Amber Lynn?
Before Crystal, there was another girl. While she was with me. Her name was Paige or something. I know it was a 4-letter name.
You hear those drips in the background? Those are Amber Lynn's real tears.
That Paige girl, I'm just going to call her Paige because that's the name I remember. That Paige girl sent her money, sent her a Walmart gift card. She sent her things. Yeah, while she was with me. And why did she send her things? Because she made me out to be a monster. Made me look like a monster. So she thought she had to play superhero.
Well, you know Amber Lynn's never got to have a full-time job, huh? If YouTube don't work out, she knows how to get money.
And save Amber when she didn't even know what the hell was going on. At all. Well, not one bit. And then I forgot why her and Paige broke up. Not really broke up. But like stopped talking. I think Paige got tired of it, honestly.
No, that wouldn't happen, Casey. Nobody get tired of our girl.
And then she met Crystal. Now, she was talking to Crystal about 6 or 7 months before we broke up. No, actually, probably longer than that. Probably almost a year. Talking to her almost a year before me and her broke up. Me and Amber broke up in 2011. So, while Crystal was talking, Crystal bought her so many things while we were together.
That beep beep is Amber's heart racing in the background.
So many things. I mean, the one that stands out because it's the most messed up memory was the freaking iPod Touch. The second generation one. God, I can't believe how far they come. But anyway, that's a different story. She was on the phone with her. And, there was an argument starting. And I'm just like, what? Like, what the hell's wrong? So she goes outside talking to her. Comes in. Oh, I made her cry. What happened? What made her cry? What the hell?
Yeah, but Amber Lynn's not mean, guys. No, Amber Lynn's not mean. But she just brags about making somebody cry. That don't mean she's mean.
And she was telling me how Crystal was going to buy her an iPod Touch. And the argument was over how much gigabytes it had. Seriously, she was going to buy her a pretty low gigabyte one at 4.8, the standard gigabyte. And she got mad because Crystal asked, do you want this certain gigabyte or the 32 one, the highest one? And she told Crystal, asking me that is like asking if you want a pink purse. She was so rude about that. It wasn't just, she went off after saying the pink purse thing. She went off on this poor girl.
All right, so y'all, do you got who's telling the truth yet? You got it figured out? You got your own opinion? Because this is all opinion based. You get to choose on your own.
And made her cry because Crystal asked a simple question. Do you want this X amount of gigs or the highest one? And Amber was so disrespectful about it. Crystal cried. She bought her it was over $200. Over $200 this girl is spending on Amber. That's not even with her yet. And she's like that. Seriously. It's like, whoa, you should just be grateful for what you're getting. Why are you being like this?
Amber Lynn knew that she hit the jackpot then. She can berate her all she wants to and she can get the chain too.
She was ungrateful. That's how I see it. It was very ungrateful. Making someone cry over a damn space on a freaking iPod Touch. And the thing about my mom throwing a glass ashtray at her head? No.
Oh, you took the fun out of it, Casey.
She was very disrespectful to my mom. She threw a glass cup at my mom.
I believe that one, but man, you took the fun.
It shattered on the wall. There was still a hole mark when they moved out because of that. Because of that. She was very disrespectful to my mom. My mom never did any of that. Ever. She never laid a hand on Amber. She would get mad and yell because of how disrespectful she was being, but she never laid a hand on Amber. Ever. Never did she lay a hand on her.
You got Casey over here defending his mom. You got Amber Lynn over here talking crap about her parents. Come on now, let's weigh them evenly.
My mom had a boyfriend. My mom's boyfriend and Amber didn't get along. There was a lot of fights. I defended Amber. I defended her fully, without a second thought. Does she say that? No. Does she say how I defended her against everything else that was put her way? How I lost friends over defending her ways? No. Why? Because she wants to play victim.
That's what I said. Plus, she don't speak positively about anybody unless she got a big bottle in her hand.
Victim. That's all I see is someone playing victim. Her little brother, yeah, he may have been a little aggressive towards her. He may have done all that, but he did love her. He did love her. I've seen text messages between them when we were together. He missed her. He loved her. He was sorry. I know that doesn't excuse anything.
But do you know that he did that without cause and reason? Do you know that for a fact? Do you know he was the aggressor? Do you know that for a fact? I question a lot. I question everything when it comes to Amber Lynn. I'll sit here and I'll rack my brain, and I shouldn't be racking my brain so much. Why am I racking my brain now when Casey's talking?
But she says she wants to forgive and forget.
You believe that? She already forgot what she was saying. From the beginning of the story to the end. She don't know what she said.
The first person she would need to forgive and forget is her brother at that time. I mean, I know she was in foster care. I know all this stuff. I do.
Foster care is an excuse. That's all it ever is, and that's all it's ever going to be. Excuse me for my actions because I'm in foster care, or I was in foster care. Excuse me for what I'm doing because I was in foster care. Foster care is her identity.
She would talk. I mean, she met a lot of people online. I hate to say it. I mean, she came to me after freaking 3 years of not talking. 4 years of not talking. I get a random message from her one day after her and Crystal broke up. And I'm like, why are you messaging me? Why are you messaging me? Because you were an important part of my life. And I said, at one point, not anymore.
I wouldn't have even answered. I would have just been like, oh, unseen.
I don't know why I was... My phone's going off, sorry.
Hey, no worries. Mine does that all the time. I've got it wrapped up now because I can't figure out how to turn all the notifications off.
I don't know why she felt the need to message me that her and Crystal broke up. Seriously, I don't know.
Self-absorbed. That's what it is. She's self-absorbed.
So, I got a few messages after that. And I tried to help her with Destiny, the whatever thing. But, I mean, I wasn't told why they broke up. I didn't care to know. I just said, hey, just be honest with Destiny, whatever. Whatever, be honest with her.
Honest? And I told you previously in this video about Amber and honesty. You know it's a lie.
About how you feel, your worries or whatever. Worried about her breaking up with you. Whatever it was. I still have the messages. But see, this video that she posted, it hurts deep. Because I would never do that. Ever. I grew up around, not as bad as she did, obviously. But, I mean, my mom's ex-boyfriend would do, not.
I question how bad it was for Amberlynn because it seems like she's always backtracking everything. So I sometimes question, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't got a reason to lie to you. I question it.
The highest degree, but it was so beautiful. I never wanted to be like that. Ever. Like, that's wrong. Rape is wrong. I'd never do that to somebody. Ever. Ever. I mean, I'm posting this video probably like an hour or two after I saw the video. I couldn't post it then because, no. And this video would have been bleeped out. I was just mad.
Understandable. Completely understandable.
Now I'm still mad. I shouldn't lie. I'm still mad. I'm furious.
And I would add the word hurt. My opinion, hurt.
But I'm not posting this video to make her look bad. I'm posting it to tell you this was not me. This was not what happened.
Guess what? She makes herself look bad. Ain't nobody got to help her with that.
Yes, we did love each other at one point, but she went as far when I would hang out with my best friend Alex. She's been my best friend since high school. God, it seems like we're related, so we call each other cousins. But when I would hang out with her, she would be okay at first. And all of a sudden, I'd get text messages an hour later bitching me out for hanging out with her. She went as far as to accuse me of sleeping with my best friend. Accused me of sleeping with my best friend.
Sometimes I think Amberlynn is jealous of her own self.
I'd never do that. Ever. No, I cannot sleep with my best friend. That's weird and awkward and no. But I couldn't understand this. I couldn't understand why this girl that I cared about at one point was doing this. I couldn't. Now, I did try to come out to her as transgender before, and she just did not have it. She was mad about it.
I told you she was furious with Casey because Casey, she did not want to be with the boy. She did not want to be with the man. Does not want to be with one. She is a lesbian. No, ma'am, no, sir, it's only gonna be her way.
I remember that. Because when I tried to tell my other ex, that didn't go over so well neither, but I didn't know how to word it. So when I went to go tell my fiance, I was scared to death. Why? Because of the way Amber acted when I tried to tell her. I was in a freaking... I'm trying to calm down. When me and Amber broke up, I was distraught. Because that was the first serious relationship I ever had. I was 18 at the point. When we broke up. I was so messed up from the mental abuse, verbal abuse, that I had to see psychiatrists.
You know what? We were all young once. We all did stupid things. We all made stupid mistakes. It's just how you grow from them and what you continue doing with your life that matters, Casey.
I had to go and see psychiatrists because I was having anxiety attacks every day. I couldn't even be in my classroom. I would ditch and I would go read in the freaking bathrooms because I couldn't stand to be around people. I just wanted quiet. I wanted to be alone. I wanted to seclude myself from everybody. I had such mental issues from being with her.
That's probably where she gets the idea of her mental health from. Because she takes the ideas of herself from everybody else.
That I ended up for a weekend from Friday to Monday in a mental hospital. In a mental hospital. One place I never even thought I'd ever go. That freaked me out. That made it worse. It didn't even help me.
You can officially say Amber Lynn drove someone crazy.
It was scary and it was horrible because I was 18, so they had to put me with adults, and boy, do you never want to go there. Ever. But that was it. I was so messed up from her. I'm still messed up from this. You call my name across the room, I flinch. You raise your hand like if you're reaching something near me, but I think you're going to hit me, I flinch.
Now, guys, that's what you call trauma.
And of anger because my fiance is frustrated with something. I flinch, and I just drooled, and I'm sorry. But I flinch because I think she's going to hit me. And she's not. But I'm so messed up from this that every little action that looks like I could get hit or looks like that I would get in trouble, I flinch. I don't know how to deal with it. I'm so screwed from it.
Did you hear Amber's teardrop again? It only happens when Casey gets really serious.
And it hurts and it sucks. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but geez. I don't know what to... it hurts to have her make me out to be some monster when I haven't had anything to do with her really for 6 years. 6 years we've broken up. I didn't talk to her for the first 3. First 3 I didn't talk to her. And then it probably been the most we've talked. I could add it up in freaking minutes, and it's probably a good 30-minute conversation in all of 6 years.
I am so glad that Casey is such a different person now. Casey has been able to talk about Amber Lynn and gotten a lot of this off of his chest. And Casey, you can tell, is a lot more stress-free whenever it comes talking about her.
And she posts this. It was 6 years ago. I've been over it. I've moved on. I have a different life. I have a better life from that. I know you're not supposed to say you regret anything, but I do regret that relationship full-heartedly, immensely, because of everything that happened in it.
Hey, I regret a lot of things, so I don't know who tells you you're not supposed to regret things. I have a lot of regrets. Can't count them. They're there.
Yes, we cared about each other at one point, but I don't even care to even be her friend at all. I don't care to be her friend. I don't care to talk to her. I just want to be left alone.
If I'm not mistaken, the word Casey was blocked in her comments for the longest time. Casey may even be blocked in her comments still. I don't don't know. I haven't tried to put anything there.
I just want to be left alone. And I want her to quit trying to destroy my life. Quit trying to make herself look like a victim.
Always said nobody else could be more popular and better than Amber Lynn. Amber Lynn's always got to be number one in Amber Lynn's own mind.
I know she was in foster care. I understand that. But she acts like the world owes her stuff. And I hate to say it, and I hate to sound mean, I'm not trying to bash any of you guys who are in foster care or had a bad life, but the world doesn't care what you went through. You are literally I'm a little bacterial speck on this earth. If I drop dead right now, only the people my family and my friends would care, would mourn. Would the whole world? No, they don't even know I exist.
Oh, now thanks to Amber Lynn, Casey, a lot more people know that you exist. Girl World knows you're there.
I'm a second thought to the people that I pass in the store. Oh, someone's in my way, I gotta go this way. The world doesn't care about your past. The world doesn't care what you're doing with your life. It doesn't. You just do what you need to do to get by in this world.
You're part of Amberverse now. If only you knew.
But lying, making yourself look like a victim, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it at all. You be truthful. You rise above what you were put through.
Couldn't agree more, Casey. You just keep on going. I'm just listening.
And you don't bash anyone 6 years later. You don't continuously make yourself look like a victim. You take what made you you. You take the pain, the hurt, everything, and you stomp it in the ground. And you stand on it. You rise above it. You stand on top of it saying, this is me now. That's not me anymore. I'm going to do what's right for my life. And I'm not going to dwell on the past anymore. That's what I did.
I have not seen this in so long. Oh my goodness, it is so... I'm glad I'm revisiting this. Thank you, guys.
After me and her broke up, it took a little while. I was heartbroken. But I took all that pain and abuse and all that, and I stomped it in the ground. And I rose above it. I let it go. And when I let it go, my life became better. I'm not so scared anymore. I'm not messed up in the head anymore. I won't let anyone do this to me anymore. I have a beautiful fiance that I love. I have a little stepson that I love to death. We're on our own. We're making it. We're surviving.
So I told you, Casey is in such a better place, especially now in time. This time, Casey is in such a better place.
I'm planning to do stuff with animation. I'm doing YouTube. Because I let all the negativity go. That's what you need to do. Don't get views on lies. Get views on truth. And that was not a truth. And that was ugly. Very ugly. And and I hate to say this, but I never wanted a video like this on my channel. But looks like I had to. My hand was forced. Now, I'm going to wrap this up. If I missed anything.
Oh, if you missed anything, come back on here and let us know. Still today.
Anything at all. Reply in comments, I'll reply to you. Because I can't even remember what I said, and this video has been going on for almost 30 minutes. So if I missed anything from that video, comment, I'll respond to what is the truth, not a lie.
Deep breaths in and out. Lamaze.
No. I don't edit my videos, obviously. Obviously. I don't have any editing material.
To your Amber Lynn crying in the background. I don't know. It just makes sense.
But that's what I'm gonna say about this. All right. Now, if you guys like my videos, if you guys want to see my other videos, and you like them, hit the like button and hit subscribe with maximum effort. Freaking Deadpool. But I hope you guys have a beautiful night. And if it's day where you're at, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And never, ever, ever let someone slander your name. Never. If you know something's a lie, you rise up and you tell them the truth. The truth of what happened. This is wrong. Rape is wrong. Don't let anyone do that to you. Even if you think you love them. Even if you think they love you. Don't. I regretted staying through the abuse. If I could go back in time and slap my 15-year-old self, I would. I would. So, have a good night, guys. Have a good day if it's day where you are. Be good to yourselves.
Bye, Casey. We got one more part to go. Let's hear her favorite poem. It's famous. It's the one that I tell y'all about, the one that everybody goes on about. Y'all are just going to hear it, and you're going to figure it out for yourself. Now, everything in here has been my opinion, only my opinion. I do it for your entertainment and only your entertainment. Okay, and mine too. All right? And I'm here just for the fun of it, and I just want to bring this to you is all I'm doing.
Speaking Up by Amber Lynn Reed. Let's see. Who does everyone believe? Let's start gambling our life, rolling dice like knives on a platter. Who will survive? Will it be the false nightmare you spit, or the reality I have tied to a place of sadness, and now revealed and altered into madness? Why are you going to break the tide and just leave it there? Break the ice and throw the stone and not think twice? Why are you going to play your sins and call me twice? Twice the lies, twice the price, twice the vulgar manipulated web. Spider to friend, friend to spider, enemy grudge and love lost.
Don't you like the fact that she used manipulate in there? Yeah, these are her own words.
Using my name to put yours on lights? What happened to all the fights, all the times they turned into goodbyes? No, I am not perfect in any way. No inside the lines, no glitter outside, no gracefully worded rhymes. No playing perfect like you've begun a show that keeps haunting me. The haunt is the demon I'm trying to escape the pain and outwardly insane, escape the thoughts and the online taunts. Just admit you were wrong and play a different song.
Yeah, Amberlynn, admit that you're the demon that was wrong. Your word.
Admit the guilt you've sown like a misguided basket case of poisoned sentences. My life is my story, but yet you've written a chapter. The chapter has torn pages, scribbled words of false advertisement. I'm my own narrator, yet you stole the pen to deny, to lie, to pry in a life that was fine. Here are the facts. You lied about your name right off the bat, but still called me insane. You put a ring on my finger, promised me forever, yet you kissed her. You kicked and screamed till
You were the one that kissed somebody else when you were with Casey. You did that.
was making hate. Forget making love when the love was gone. RAPE, rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. Rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word.
Now you know where it comes from. You got the very ending of this in a poem.
Rain and petals, eavesdrop. I used the wrong word. My mental hygiene has been rotten and stirred. Abuse in the picture frame put on a smile. What I see behind the fake, glass reflecting, noise destroying, shimmer clatter, frame breaks. I don't understand your left hand connected to your heart, but it's so cold enough to ruin me. Listen, my heart doesn't beat for you. I don't bleed for you. I don't need you. Social media needs this, a drama story, something to decipher, something to dissect.
Yeah, you're the one that brought this to social media, and I bet you wish you didn't now, huh?
To entertain, to observe, to twist and to melt over. It's not fair for strangers to pick a side to bash and a side to hate, a side to love and a side to hash.
Because you're the one that they're bashing, they're hating, and they're hashing it over. It's you, Amberlynn.
Hash out propaganda. I'm not on this ride for beliefs, no bashing, lashing, tasteless hashing. I want to be understood. To cowardly clarify, I'm going to say bad choices don't make you a bad person. Almost 7 years have glided, 2,555 days, 61,320 hours. I've cried, I've laughed, I've
If you add up the time and everything, yeah, Casey.
loved, I've lost, I've tackled, exposed, won, succeeded, failed. I've grown, I've learned, I've moved on, healing along the way. The moon moved from the sun and roses blossom on my favorite weed as I place a hand on my blood-red heart, hoping one day it'll all be gone. Everything written with the unhealthy circumstances, all the tears that stained my pillowcases, the cruel, hateful comments I received in anger.
Yeah, everybody is angry with you, Amberlynn, because look at what you did. You put it out there, then you delete it.
The wrong assumptions everyone made, the thought of wishing myself off this jaded earth, and the lies you placed in my reality. Specked and spiked and broken down, still standing through all the sound. Tearing apart at the seams, I covered all the screams. Screams so silent, yet so loud. Profound, profoundly intense, and ending this final dance. Knowing what you did and saying you didn't. Such a lovely story.
Alrighty, guys, there you go. I did it from the beginning to the end, and you can make up your own opinion. That way, you can just see what I say. What I mean when I say raining petals, eavesdrop, you use the wrong word. Yeah, you can see it for yourself and use your own opinion, make your own choices. But alright, guys, I hope you have a good day, night, weekend, holiday, year, whenever you might be watching this, and remember to smile today or make somebody else smile, cause it really can make a difference. Yeah, when you click on my channel, you never know what you're gonna get. Okay, I admit I'm bipolar. Okay, guys, y'all make sure you have a good one for me though. Bye.